Is Team of the Season Rabiot worth 1 million coins? Well, no. And that's mainly because what he does in defense. And he will explain why.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
And then he also has no traits at all. So those are two big downsides, but he is still very good. I played him in this team. And I played him as a stay back while attacking CDM, but I manually pushed him quite often. And now it's time to explain why he's not worth the million, how much he actually is worth, and what are his positive sides. Because I had a lot of fun with him. As my stay back while attacking CDM, he scored on average every game. 6 games, 6 goals. So that is very good. He also had a few assists. So in the attack, I really liked him. His pace is kind of weirdly divided with 85 acceleration and 94 sprint speed. And because of that, you either want to put a hunter or a shadow on him, depending on where you want to play him. Because otherwise, he will just feel too slow. I played him with a shadow and he felt fast enough. But I did notice that if you would do anything else than boosting his pace to the maximum, he would not feel super fast. You can also not make him lengthy if you're on next gen, so yeah, that's pretty much your only option in my opinion. You could potentially put an engine on him, but then he's gonna feel a bit slow, but maybe a little bit more agile. If we then go to his shooting was amazing. I really enjoyed him with his shooting because he has 99 shot power, 93 long shots, and 94 attacking positioning. So in the attack, he worked really well. And that's why I scored so many goals with him. But there's also a downside on his shooting. First of all, he had no traits at all. Second of all, his curve is only 70. And what you will see in the clips is I did quite a few long shots and they were super powerful. But because he cannot get that curve in and he cannot get that dip in, he just shoots towards the corner of the goal, but the goalie can save it. And that's a little bit the issue with him, with the long shots. That curve is super low. But if you go one-on-one with the goalie, you almost always score because his shot is so powerful. You don't really notice his 85 finishing. That's good enough for him. If you shoot around the edge of the box, it's almost a guaranteed goal. That's how powerful it was. And then if we go to his passing, which is 92, but his key stats are 99 short passing and 99 long passing. So that's crazy, right? But the same issue with shooting counts for his passing. It's just a straight pass. You cannot get a curve in because he has only 70 curve. So with his 90 vision, his 86 crossing, that's all very decent, especially for a center midfielder, right? His short passing, long passing, amazing, but you need to have that gap already. He cannot create a gap. He cannot create space. There needs to be an opening where he can pass to because it's literally just a straight pass. And when he does that, it's perfect. But both with his shooting and his passing, because of his low curve and because he has no traits, it's not very versatile. If an opponent knows about Rabiot that he has no curve, that he has no traits, the only thing he needs to do is block the passing and shooting line because he cannot get it around it. So that was a little downside of him, but I managed to play around it. I didn't notice it in the games that I played, but if games would get tough, you do want that little option that he can get something around it. For a player that's worth $1 million. Like if he was half the price or even less than that, yeah, that's fine. Of course, not all his stats can be perfect. But for 1 million coins, you expect him to be a bit better in that. Then if we go to his dribbling, that was actually amazing. He has only 86 agility and balance, but the rest of his stats are crazy good. 96 reactions, 99 ball control, 96 dribbling, and 96 composure. He felt like that. Yes, at times he was maybe not the most agile player. He's also 192 or a 6'4", so you cannot expect him to be extremely agile. But I put a few clips in where I went way too far with him dribbling. But it was just to test out how he felt, and he felt very good on the ball. You can definitely dribble around players with that. For a player that's that tall, it's very nice. So yeah, if you put an engine on him, he might feel even more agile than that. And also an engine gives 8 curve to him, so maybe that fixes some issues. But in general, it's already good enough. You don't need to put something on it. In the end, it's a midfielder. It's not a striker, it's not a winger. It's just a midfielder, so he is more than agile enough for that spot. But then we go to his pretty much best stats, and that's why he's there, right? At least that's what I expected. His defending and physicality. I wanted him as my box-to-box CDM or my stay-back while attacking CDM that has the opportunity to also dribble, pass, and shoot if necessary. With 91 defending and 93 physicality for a 6'4" player, and also with a high and average body type, I expected that from him. But it was really a disappointment. Like you saw in the beginning of the video, he just doesn't do anything. I have very limited clips of him actually defending or getting a ball back. And I do know why that is. That's because of his defensive awareness. That's only 84, while his interceptions are 96, his standing tackle are 97, and his sliding tackles are 87. His defensive awareness is only 84. And because of that, he was never in the right place, I felt like. And because he was never in the right place, he couldn't use the rest of his high defensive stats. The same with his physicality. He couldn't use it because he wasn't there. He was just chilling in the middle of the field. So that was for me really a letdown, because I was hoping he would be that rock in defense, that rock in midfield, to be like a kind of Vieira, right? That's what I expected from him with those stats. But his defensive awareness is just, I don't know if that's the only thing, but that could be the only thing from me, in my opinion, that is the reason why he was never on the right spot. And I tried it both as stay back while attacking, as balanced, as cut passing lanes, as balanced. Like, I tried everything, but he was just not there in defense. So you cannot use him as a sole CDM. You do want a real CDM next to him, and then it's fine. If you have a real CDM and you use him more as like a midfielder that doesn't really need to defend, but occasionally he can, then it's fine. Then he's very good for you. But if you want him to be defensive as well, he cannot do it, in my opinion. That's what I noticed in the games that I played. And then his last thing is physicality, which is 93, with 99 stamina, 94 strength, and 82 aggression. That 82 aggression, well, I couldn't even notice it. The strength neither, because he was just never close to a player. And when he had the ball, yeah, he could body off a player, and he was strong enough for that. So definitely in attack, you notice his physicality. In defense, again, I couldn't really test it because he was never there. His stamina is very nice though, because he has 99 stamina. He can go all game. I was just running up the field all the time because I was trying to test him out. And we went to extra time and he still had a lot of stamina left. So that is perfect. Like, if it's like a box-to-box player that you just want to use for pretty much everything, that's very nice. And then of course he also has 4-star skills and 5-star Weakfoot. Because of the 5-star Weakfoot, you can just do whatever with him. You don't need to think about, oh, maybe his Weakfoot is bad. And the 4-star skills, they feel fast. Because of his high dribbling, he can just perform them quite quickly. And he doesn't feel like a big player. So that is what I thought of him. But now the big question. Where do you play him? And the other big question, maybe the even bigger question, how much should he cost for him to be worth it? Well, first of all, you want to play him on a center mid position. It could be a box-to-box CDM, but you need a real CDM next to him. He cannot be your only CDM because he is not good enough for that. But in the attack, he's very good. So as a center midfielder, he will do the job. You will have a lot of fun with him. But price-wise, 1 million, not worth it for me. Because of his low curve, no traits, and low defensive awareness, I would say he could be around 600,000 coins. That would be worth it for him. And he has some easy links, so maybe 700,000. But that would be it. I don't think he's worth more than 700,000 coins. But talking about good links, if you want to pair him up with a striker that will always do the job for you, then I did a player review on Lacazette right here. Make sure to check it out.